Hi everyone, welcome back into a review. So, Nintendo has officially confirmed that the Switch 2 exists, or the successor as they call it, because they didn't even say the Switch 2, but everyone's calling it that until we get an official name. I would love for it to be the Super Nintendo Switch, or they could do something else like the Switch Advance. That'd be kind of cool. But here's what the actual tweet said about the Switch successor. This is for our card. President of Nintendo, we will make an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch within this fiscal year. It will have been over 9 years since we first announced the existence of the Switch back in March of 2015. We will be holding a Nintendo Direct this June regarding the Switch software lineup for the latter half of this year, but please be aware, there will be no mention of the Nintendo Switch successor during that presentation. So I see they're setting expectations for this upcoming Nintendo Direct, which is probably going to be a general one, like their big one they usually do around E3 time usually. So that makes sense. But what can we see? I'd say probably most of it is going to be just like ports and remasters, because they're winding down the Switch entirely. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. So it makes sense that they would be kind of doing like ports and remastering old games to kind of essentially end the Switch on a hot and the Switch and move on to the Switch 2. Hence why, we haven't seen much, but hey, maybe we'll finally see Prime 4. Now for potential ports or remasters I could see announced here, I'd say we'll probably get maybe the Wii HD ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, because those two ports have been rumored for the Switch for so long, it's not even funny. We're talking years. Another possibility it could remaster Prime 2 and 3 to kind of lead into Prime 4, but like it would make sense because we got Prime 1 remaster last year, which was absolutely phenomenal. That looked like a true remake almost. It kind of blurred the lines, in my opinion, between remaster and remake. But I wouldn't expect the remaster of Prime 2 or 3 to be on the level of that. I don't think. Maybe it could be just like a port of the HD versions of those two games. But I guess we'll see with that one though. But now we go to this analyst who, when Furukawa was asked about the Switch 2, here's what he said as he translated, I guess, but take this what you will. In the results call, when asked if the next-gen console is brand new or something else, Furukawa answered Switch next model is the appropriate way to describe it. So, aka, it's going to be a direct successor to the Switch, so it seems like they're not trying to reinvent the wheel yet again, it seems like. Maybe they'll find other ways to, but it's going to be the same format, which is the hybrid model of the Switch. So, there you go. Now, that screams, back-up is definitely going to be a thing in this, which, thank God, because if it wasn't, oh boy, I imagine people would be very upset, because what's the point if it was just be another Switch if you can't play your old games on it while waiting for new games to come for this successor? And if they can play, if they just played the same as they were on the regular Switch, I'd be okay with that, but hey, that'd be great if they could do some performance enhancements like Microsoft's back-compat program did, but hey, who knows though. But now let's get into this quote-unquote new leak that just came out earlier tonight as I'm recording this video, because it's based on a Twitter channel or account, who kind of usually talks about Pokemon leaks. So it's related to this because, again, Nintendo IP. So here's what they had to say. Switch 2 leaks. It appears information from manufacturers starting to leak out. 12 gigabytes of RAM 2, 6 gigabytes, 75 MTs per second, LPDDR5 modules, 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.1 internal storage. Seems like both the console include a built-in microphone, and thus maybe the controllers as well. Interesting. So I guess they'd be taking a page out of the DS playbook, like where it would have a built-in microphone, which kind of insane, because did the Switch have a built-in mic? I don't think it did, because if it did, then it made absolutely no sense why voice chat wasn't native. You had to use your frickin' phone for it, Nintendo. What were you thinking with that? But whatever. My initial thoughts on this, great, we finally have a confirmation that the thing exists, and they're finally starting to talk about it, slowly but surely, but again, they said later in the year. So when do I think that we could hear an announcement? Like a trailer or something for the Switch 2? I guess we could see something, maybe in like September, October, much like the original Switch did, because the Switch 1 was officially shown off in a trailer in October of 2016. then what was it, like 2 or 3 months later, they did a whole big presentation in January. Then the system came out like 2 months after that, where pre-orders open. So I could see them pulling that again because that worked. So maybe that's what they could do, I suppose, with this new Switch 2 thing. Hey, if they want to repeat success, I guess go for what you did before and kind of repeat history and do a whole successor to it. Which makes sense though, but when will it come out? Probably March of 2025, honestly. I think that's a safe bet. Now regarding the whole RAM thing, this is interesting because I believe the PS4 and the Xbox One only had like 8 gigabytes of RAM, I think, if I remember right. But the Xbox One had like used that whole ES RAM thing. It was confusing because the whole Connect and all that nonsense back then. That was weird, but yeah. So 12 gigabytes of RAM, if this is truly the case, considering it's based on manufacturing, it is most likely is true, but again, still take it with a grain of salt, no matter how truthful it seems to be. You never know, but yeah. So it seems we're finally gonna start hearing things about the Switch 2 in the next couple months, and I'm excited for it because it's been time. It's been high time for Nintendo to come out with another system. It's been way too long. Because the Switch would be what? It came out in 2017, so by the time the Switch 2 comes out, it'll be nearly 8 years old. That's a long lifespan for a single piece of hardware, because remember, console generations used to be only, what, 5 to 6 years back in the day? Holy crap, that just makes me feel old. But yeah, with how console generations are longer and longer now, but yeah, that's all I gotta say on this. But yeah, exciting stuff ahead for Nintendo fans like myself. So I'm curious to see how this new Switch, pans out. And if it's like backup app, I'll sell my current Switch and get the new one. I'll try to get the new one day one when it comes out most likely next year. But what do you guys think of this announcement? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And consider hitting that sub button so you do not miss any more content. And I'll see you on the next one. Until then, have a good one.